Hello, welcome back, my Royal Rogues. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue, and today we have Harry embarrassing himself in front of the courts. Harry's phone hacking testimony contained troubling factual inconsistencies, hacking judge says. This is a way of saying that it's full of bollocks. But first, we have a meme, thanks to Charles' voicemail on Twitter. Tiny replicas of the royal family created by Bacon Model Village, which is based in Torquay, Devon, shows the Duke and Duchess of Sussex present in Windsor after King Charles' coronation. I'm a gentleman. I'm not gonna say anything about Methane's replica. I'm going to leave that to you in the comments. But Harry is just a masterpiece. The grey suit, the hand of his toiger, the face of despair. Just perfection. So let's get down to it. A High Court judge questioned factual inconsistencies in Prince Harry's explosive witness statement yesterday in his latest battle with the British press. The Duke of Sussex claimed for the first time on Tuesday that a secret agreement between the royal family and news executives stopped him bringing his phone hacking claims earlier. But Mr. Justice Fancourt said this new evidence was troubling him, as it contradicted his original argument that he could not sue before 2018 because he did not have the knowledge of phone hacking. So it seems that Harry's case is just a house of cards. News Group newspapers, publishers of The Sun and now defunct News of the World, is fighting to strike out the cases brought by Prince Harry and actor Hugh Grant, saying they should have brought them earlier. They have argued that Harry was at the epicenter of the scandal and argue it is fanciful for him to suggest he did not have any knowledge of phone hacking before he brought this action in 2019. Now, I understand this is a bit technical, so let's put it in simpler words. You might remember Meghan a year and a half ago when she apologized to court for forgetting biography briefing notes. Are you seeing the pattern now? The Duchess of Sussex has apologized to a court for making a misleading statement in her privacy case against the Mail of Sunday's publishers. The appeal court heard she has asked an aide to pass on information to the authors of a biography despite having already said she did not contribute. Meghan said she had forgotten the events and had not intended to mislead. I understand that nobody's memory is perfect. That you can forget your keys or someone can forget a birthday, or in the case of certain ladies, they could forget their body count. But when we are talking about courts, I don't know how many times you can pull that off until it becomes suspicious, especially if suing people is one of your favorite pastimes. The Duke of Sussex responded by submitting a 31-page witness statement where he alleged it was in fact the existence of a secret agreement approved by the Queen that prevented him from bringing claims. It is not very manly to have excuses, much less when those excuses point at your own grandmother. He said the royal family agreed to not pursue NGN until after the group's legal battle with other hacking claimants ended. The royal claims would then be quietly admitted or settled with an apology. And this is important. NGN denies this deal existed. In other words, it's pretty much like Harry's self-awareness, non-existent. The Duke, who watched on by video link, says he was first told of the agreement in 2012 and who only brought his claim in 2019 after growing frustrated with the NGN filibustering of the deal. But Mr. Justice Fancourt yesterday questioned how Harry could simultaneously state he did not have knowledge before 2019 to bring a claim, but also that he was prevented from bringing a claim in 2012. How does that work? And you can imagine how fed up is everyone about Harry that even the Daily Mail decided to disable comments on that article. But while Harry is still making sure he doesn't get kicked out of the courts, Meghan is undergoing her 7-8 transformation. My first reaction upon watching the video she introduces Miss and Harriman's TED Talk is that this was J-Lo. Well, let's play the video, but out of mercy, I am not going to play the sound. I'm sure you are not that keen on listening to her voice once again. I'm still doing the Harry therapy thing to overcome the pain of listening through some of Arswipe's episodes. A transcription would be much needed here too, but the only thing you need to know is that she referenced all of Missing Harriman's skills except for his mastery of Photoshop. And we need to address something that popped up on my Twitter timeline that makes a lot of sense. Maybe if you have already arrived at this conclusion, maybe this would not be much shocking to you, but well, let's read what we have here and then I will comment afterwards. According to Taz, this comment was left under my latest video and I have to say, I think Maggie has hit the nail on the head. When it comes to Harry's hatred towards his brother, it makes sense as to why he's just as unpleasant about Catherine. And this comment was by Maggie Ann Smith. I feel that Harry's hate for William and Kate came from a specific place. He has always been extremely codependent person, even before he met Mimi. After his mom died, he developed an unhealthy attachment or fixation with his brother. When Kate came along, he was all right with it at first because he felt included. But after they married and started a family, he felt abandoned. He then came to see Kate as an enemy for taking his brother away, and he saw his brother as a traitor and his betrayer. This dynamic probably would have worked itself out if Harry fell in love and married a woman who truly loved him and had his best interest at heart. But nope, he met Mimi and let her weaponize all that hatred and jealousy to fight her narcissistic battles, real or imagined, for her. It's all very sick. And thanks to Brigantia on Twitter too, we have the confirmation of all this by Harry himself. Definitely this. He talks about losing his brother the day William married Catherine. I think in some ways he cast William into a paternal role and felt that loss when William married and became a father. And the extract from Spear reads, the brother I'd escorted into Westminster Abbey that morning was gone forever. Who could deny it? He'd never again be first and foremost Willie. We'd never again ride together across the Lesotho countryside with capes blowing behind us. We'd never again share a horse-smelling cottage while learning to fly. Who shall separate us? Life, that's who. The Duke of Sausages adds that he found the wedding to be yet another farewell under this horrid roof and another sundering. This is something that I wanted to mention, and not only because of Harry, because I know many of you had already seen through this ages ago, but maybe some of you hadn't seen the full picture, and you know that one of my passions is human behavior. There are all kinds of unhealthy attachments, and we can fall prey to them at any given time. It is true that if a man lacks the emotional tools to deal with some situations, the results can be disastrous. But as usual, I must issue a warning here. Harry has had more than enough time to overcome this. I don't care how emotionally illiterate he is. I believe he at the very least has the awareness of what he is doing. He is not a puppet. All this history of failed attachments, of losing William and stuff, that could be a real thing. That could be a feeling that he went through. But there's also the fact that everyone in the family has been there for him all this time, and he has just been ungrateful for that. So I cannot feel pity for him. And this is another topic that I would love to know your opinions in the comments. And this is a friendly reminder that you've got only 72 hours to get my official merch for King Charles' coronation. You got shirts, hoodies, mugs, posters, and more using the link in the description of this video. Get them before time runs out. My wonderful 107,000 Royal Rogues plus the 400,000 who haven't subscribed yet. I love you all. Remember to like this video and the two most important words. Much love and bliss.